All right, how we doing tonight? We have got some fun stuff to open. We always have fun stuff to open, though, don't we? Kinda. Yeah, I think we do. Tonight we're going to open an autographed football jersey from TriStar, part of the Game Day Great series. We will open a pair of autographed mini helmets. I think my camera's crooked, isn't it? From Gold Rush. And then we're going to open a case of Contenders football, which happens to be the last case of Contenders that I have on hand. So we'll have some fun with the last one of those tonight. Before we start ripping into our packs and our boxes, a little info to go over. Feedback, guys and gals, is set to be completely automated on eBay. I do that just simply so you never have to wait on me. And then, of course, the second part of that message is to say thank you. I do appreciate very much everyone who bids and breaks with me, and those of you who hang out and chat and keep me company as well. So we're looking right now at breaks that are coming up in the next few days. This stuff is already up and running on eBay, available for bidding right now. Tomorrow night we'll open a case of limited football and a case of optic basketball. On Friday, Panini One football comes out, and I have to tell you, it looks awesome. From all the marketing materials they've given us and all the sneak peeks they've shown of the potential hits, it looks like it's going to be a barn burner. So hopefully it will be, but it looks the part. We'll open a full master case of that tomorrow night on its release day. So that'll be two 10-box inner cases to make a full 20-box master case. Also on Friday, we will open a 16-box case of Crown Royal basketball, which I think is the last case I have of that on hand, I think. Saturday, we're going to open Bowman Draft Baseball Super Jumbo. I buy the full case. I think that is the final case of that as well. And paper base cards don't ship to the teams. I should have the word paper in there, and I don't. But let's put it in there right now so that that is apparent. Because it's the paper base cards that don't ship to the teams. So here's what does go to the teams. Chrome cards, autograph cards, inserts, numbered cards, parallels, that sort of thing. But paper base has its own separate bidding category in that Bowman Draft break. On Sunday, we'll open a second master case of Panini One, and then we're going to open some Crown Royal football from 2011. Yeah, how about that? On Monday, we'll open a fourth case of limited football, and I found a case, just one, but I found a case of 2011 Panini Prime Signatures football that had gotten shuffled back to the back. So we are going to open a half case of that on Monday, too. That'll be break number 83, but we haven't broken it in a while because I haven't had it for a while. Well, I guess I have had it, but I didn't know I had one more case. So now we do. Here's what you need to know about shipping. There's a lot of information on this page. Let's try to boil it down. First of all, our free shipping breaks, which are the football jersey and the mini football helmets. Anytime you do a break with me that has completely free shipping, it's going to be projected to go out approximately 6 or 7 days after the auction ends. So these are projected to be on the way to you no later than Wednesday the 13th, a week from today. They often go sooner than that, okay? But it shouldn't be any later than that. The other thing you need to know about the free shipping breaks, if your team is not the team that is pulled, you are still entitled to a consolation trading card. It can be from any year in any series, and I keep track of it for a rolling 90 days. Typically, I just send it out with your next package when it's a free shipping break, right? So I just hold it. Next time you have a package going, it goes with that. If you're not pulled in one of those breaks tonight, you want that consolation card sent to you sooner, drop me a message, let me know. I will be happy to do it. Our paid shipping break tonight, that's our case of Contenders football. Don't need to worry about consolation cards there. Rolled Monday, but I don't think so. I think it'll be out by Saturday. First up tonight, 2018 Tri names are on the left-hand side. The winning bidders are across from it there on the right-hand side. New spreadsheet will go up before every break, so if you're not part of this break, not to worry. You're going to get a chance now to focus a little bit. All right, so TriStar Game Day Greats, here we go. Dirty Dog, you said you need a lot of mojo tonight, or you're out in the cold. Uh-oh, that doesn't stare on that spreadsheet, and if I did, let me know. I will fix it. And, of course, just a for the Kansas City Chiefs, JSA sticker Authentic Hill. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Probably everyone saw this. So we're opening. And of course, same format, guys and gals, teams on one side and bidders across from it. Jordan's here. Hi, Jordan. Eagles, Adrian, Fanatic, and a couple of them like were for stuff like that. There were also a few that were sitting in Contenders football. We'll check that before we break it here in a moment. So our first minute at all on that hit, looks like you've got a little inscription on there too, and it says LT got me. That's great, man. Helmet for Jason Taylor. I kind of like that hit too. And there's your signature on the top. And it is, what is that? Leaf authenticated there on the back. And there's a little Leaf card authentication inside. We forgot to look on the back of this, although it looks to be Leaf as well. And same deal, card inside, sticker on the back. So the Redskins with Joe Theismann and the Dolphins with Jason Taylor. Those are our 2 mini helmets tonight. So the Hulkster is here tonight. Hi, Hulkster. You say, we haven't seen you in a while. I know, right? Well, nice to have you back. Nice to have you back and joining us. And I never did, you haven't typed that back in, Brad, but did I have a typo on a team there? If I did, can you jump in? And if you want to jump in and let me know, I can go back and fix it on the spreadsheet for you. But again, it would not ever impact the way something ships out. I ship only from eBay invoices. These are just cut and paste that I put in the spreadsheet. And every once in a while, I'll forget to clear a clipboard and mess something up. So, all right, guys, we are headed into Contenders football. It is a full case break. It's break number 6. And, of course, probably saw this by now, expecting that Contenders should be on the way to you around Saturday. If I can get it out faster than that, of course I will. If something unexpected happened, it could roll to Monday, but I think it should be on the way by Saturday, the way it looks right now. This is my last case of Contenders, and we are in a 12-box full case break. It is break number 6. Of course, it also ended on eBay tonight, Wednesday night, the 6th of February. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to check on those unpaid teams, didn't I? I told you I was going to do that, and then I didn't do it, did I? Yeah, okay, hang on. Hang on, we're going to find out the answer to that. And hi, Miguel, how are you? And ePlaz is here. And let's see here. So, yes, we do have a couple of unpaid teams. Let me see, this might be, I think this is somebody that I know. So, but hang on a second, let me see. Let me check for sure. So I made this mistake once before where I glanced at something and I thought, oh, it's somebody I know because the last name was the same. And then come to find out, and it was kind of an unusual last name, so I thought it was the same person. Come to find out it wasn't the same person, and I ended up getting hosed on holding some teams. So let me see if this is actually somebody who's bid with me before or not. So hang on a second. And no, doesn't look like it. At least not in the last 90 days. So guys, we have Texans and the Dallas Cowboys, it looks like, are sitting here right now open in Contenders football. And let's see here, the Texans, if anybody's going to want these, the Texans went for, I'm trying to see here, $28. And let's see what our other team went for. The Dallas Cowboys, I'm pulling up. Cowboys went for $73. So, of course, it's always going to be my preference. It's going to go first to somebody who would pick up both teams. If nobody wants both teams, then we'll go from there. All right, so, no, Ben, it's not the Bills or the Jets. It's these other two. So, all right, so, Adrian, you want both or you just want the Cowboys? You just want the Cowboys and Dirty Dog wants the Texans. Okay, let's do a couple of things here then. Or Adrian, you wanted both. Because first you said I'll take it, then you said Cowboys and Dirty Dog said Texans, and then you said something, oh darn. So, okay, so no, you don't want the Cowboys. Okay. All right, so guys, Cowboys last up at 73 was our bid amount on those. And then the Texans, it sounds like Dirty Dog wants the Texans at 28. But again, if anybody wanted both together, the preference would be to somebody taking them both to make this an easier sort of thing. If nobody wants them both, then we just need to find a buyer for one of those. Ben, this is my last case of contenders. So no, there will not be any more contenders. Not this year anyway. This is the last of it. It's nearly impossible to track down these days too. Dirty Dog, you're offering 80 for both. Obviously that's quite a bit below what they sold for. I was hoping to get a little bit closer than that, but while we're waiting here to see if anybody else wants to step up to the plate on the Cowboys. It seems like that's the team I got messed over on the last time too when we broke contenders, isn't it? Like somebody didn't pay me for the Cowboys that time either. What is up with people? So meanwhile, I'm going to start getting some boxes out of the case. We can at least get that much done. Let's see here. Miguel, you said you would do both for 90. Well, that's pretty close to where I was with it on eBay. So closer anyway. Oh, Eagles, I'm sorry. I cannot do 30 on Dallas. I mean, for 30, I'd take a flyer on it myself, honestly. So, Dirty Dog, you want them both at the full price? Okay, man. Then they are, I guess, going to be all yours, my friend. So let me do a couple of things here. Let's just make it an even 100. It was like 100 and some change, 101 or 101 something. Let's just make it an even 100, Dirty Dog, if that, I'm sure, is okay with you. Have you got my email info already that I use for PayPal, or do you need me to send it to you? I can't remember. Meanwhile, let me go in and update the spreadsheet and get rid of this order here that is unpaid. So I'm going to go ahead and get that canceled out since they did not get it paid for. And we're going to get you plugged into the spreadsheet. Thanks everyone else. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. I know this part is a drag where you have to kind of sit and wait for a minute while I'm trying to get all this sorted out. I do appreciate it. So thank you for that. So Cowboys and Texans, I got to move to Dirty Dog here. All right, Cowboys, that is chance. Okay, there's the Cowboys. Let's grab the Texans. Was it? It wasn't the Texans. Was it the Texans? Who was it? Daggone it. Yes, Texans. Cowboys and Texans. All right. Get that plugged in. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Appreciate your patience. And yes, Dirty Dog, that is the correct email. You have got it, my friend. That is exactly what I use for PayPal. So if you would just let me know when you are ready to go, then we'll be ready to roll onward here with some contenders. I really wish I had more contenders. Like every breaker everywhere in the world, we all wish that we had a lot more contenders than what we got this year. That's for sure. So Dirty Dog, we're just waiting on you to tell me you're good, sir. Once you tell me you're good, we're gonna rock and roll and start ripping stuff here. All right, you are good. Fantastic. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So let's get rolling here. Did I show you the spreadsheet? I didn't, did I? I had it up there and then I took it back down to fix it. So now we're looking at it with our changes. So that gives us the Texans and the Cowboys, of course, picked up on Second Chance by Dirty Dog, who I appreciate very much picking those up because those were, of course, unpaid going into the start of the break. And everybody else, yeah, you get a chance to see your name in lights up there for a hot second while we try to work on the mojo. We have had really good luck out of contenders for the most part We have been pretty successful. We've pulled a lot of Baker Mayfield out of here, and I'm putting on my wrist brace, and a lot of, well, just a lot of good hits in general. But we pulled an extraordinary amount of Baker Mayfield out of here, it seems like. More so than some of the other rookies anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and get the plastic off of most of these boxes that are right up here on the top, so that can just be one less thing to do in a few minutes. Not that it matters, but I don't know, somehow it seems easier. All right, Contenders football. Everybody's probably opened it by now, on the off chance that somebody hasn't been in a break with this yet this year or any other year. We have got 5 autographs per box that we're going to find, hopefully. Occasionally, they will replace one of our autographs with a points card. If that happens tonight, we'll give the points card out using random.org. We will find some cards in here that have 2 different teams on them. And those are primarily our round numbers cards. And those will all set up here in our little housekeeping area. And at the end of the break, I will use random.org to figure out where those are going to go. They'll either go to the team on the left-hand side of the card, or they'll go to the team on the right-hand side of the card. What else? What else? Redemptions. If we find redemptions, they will sit in housekeeping, which is over there. And they'll kind of hang out over there face down. I know, right? Cruel and unusual punishment. And then at the end of the break, we flip them all over at once and then roll over to the Panini website where we check them out, make sure that the teams are correct, and we'll find out what they're numbered to if they are numbered. Sometimes they're open edition unnumbered. So I think that's most of what we need to know about here, about this tonight. Dirty Dog says he needs some one-of-ones. He's looking for the big-time mojo. And then you're asking if we have had any cracked ice Allen. You know what? We've pulled Josh Allen for the Bills, some out of Contenders. Honestly, I don't remember if any of them were cracked ice or not. They could have been, but oh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've pulled some pretty nice stuff out of here. But out of 5 cases, my memory's terrible, and I don't remember exactly what came out of everything. But we might have. Nicholas is here. Hi, Nicholas, and Taylor's here. Taylor is looking for some one-of-ones also. You guys are all working the one-of-one mojo tonight, so maybe we can make that happen. Naheem Hines for the Colts is our first out, and that is a hard-signed on-card autograph there. And Dirty Dog, you said you have got Patriots, Texans, Cowboys, Panthers, Bengals, Titans, and Seahawks. Well, you have a lot to choose from. So hopefully we'll have some luck for you along the way. That's the round numbers I was talking about. So once again, those will set right up there till the end of the break. Those advertising cards, we will find loads of them. I'm going to flip them over each time now, because one time I didn't flip them all over and discovered after the break was done that we had a card stuck to the back of one of them. So I had to go back live and show that extra card. So we're just going to look at them both sides to avoid that from here forward. And this is Joshua Jackson on a playoff ticket. It is numbered to 99, hollow foil, Green Bay Packers. Lando Commando, you said, does it matter that I spelled your eBay name wrong in the spreadsheet? Well, I do that as a cut and paste. So what did I do? Did I somehow cut off a letter or something when I was doing cut and paste? Did I like not grab a first letter or last letter or something like that? I know I definitely wouldn't have spelled it entirely wrong because I do it as a cut and paste. But I could have. Always, as I said before, it's always possible, guys. Sometimes I forget to clear a clipboard and we'll paste in an incorrect username. If that's the case, you can let me know. I'll be happy to update it. But I do not ship from the spreadsheet. Once again, I ship only from eBay invoices. But the only other thing I could have messed up is if I somehow didn't grab your whole username and accidentally cut off like a letter or something, which I have been known to do occasionally. That is a cracked ice numbered to 24. It is Doug Baldwin coming out for the Seattle Seahawks. And so, of course, you know, I always endeavor to have the spreadsheet 100% correct, but it is kind of a time crunch by the time the breaks end and we get the invoices out and answer all the questions and get the spreadsheet done. Doesn't leave much time. Every once in a while I mess something up. Nick Mullins, that is a nice one for the 49ers. We have pulled him really only a couple of times, I think, out of all 6 cases, 2, maybe 3 times out of 6 cases. So congrats to the 49ers on that. There's Durham Smythe for the Dolphins, another round numbers. And the Jags. Hollow foil coming out numbered to 49 for Tanner Lee. We pull a lot of Tanner Lee out of here too, and I'm not sure that we really need to pull as much Tanner Lee as we do. You know what I mean? Like a little bit. Did you say you have not seen a 1 of 1 in contenders, Brad? Well, we've hit some 1 of 1s, haven't we, out of contenders? We've definitely, oh, I see a points card coming. We have definitely had a lot of 1 of 1s recently. I don't remember specifically if it was contenders or not, but maybe. So this means one of our hits was replaced with a points card potentially. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, just an additional, a little bonus item. Woohoo! We like that better. So, Lando, you said that I did... Oh, I just left a letter out. Yeah, I mean, that's... As long as you know that it's you. Of course, obviously, again, I don't ship from the spreadsheet, so should be no problem. I mean, I can go back and add the letter in after the break if you would like, but it's certainly not anything to worry about. It's just informational for us mainly, just so everybody kind of knows what they have. Sometimes in multiple breaks per night, people don't always remember exactly what they have on any given break. So that's how come we use that spreadsheet, just to make it a little easier for us all for reference. Bill, you are looking for a Barkley. You want to see Saquon come out? We have hit him a few times out of here. Oh, Dirty Dog, that's right. We did hit a Traquan Smith 1 of 1. That's right, for the Saints. Yeah, I knew we hit something out of contenders that was 1 of 1. I just couldn't think what it was. Oh, Greg, you don't want to see any points come out? Well, I agree with you when they replace hits. But, of course, tonight, it was an extra. It was a bonus. We still got all 5 of our autographs, so I don't mind it when they come out as a bonus. I don't, of course, like it when it replaces a hit. None of us like it when it replaces a hit. So, but when it comes out as an extra little hit, sure, why not? Why not? Something for nothing. Greg, what did you sell quickly? Points cards, you mean, or something else? I'm not sure which thing you are making reference to there when you said you sold it quickly. Here is Jameis Winston, playoff ticket to 175 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Round numbers. Going to set up there in housekeeping. And here we have a Patriot on a hollow foil numbered to 49 with a championship ticket. And indeed, they are champions once again, believe it or not. Braxton Berrios on that one. MVP contenders. Well, he didn't make the cut, though, did he? No, sir, he did not. Well, Pat Mahomes walked off with the MVP this year, which I'm glad of. You all know I like Patrick Mahomes, so. Another points card. This one, 400 points. I'm putting those in sleeves so I can write on them later. For those of you who are wondering, like, why I would put a points card in a sleeve, that's why. Because we're going to write on it after random.org helps us figure out which team is going to get it. Oh, Greg, you sold your 400 points card. I gotcha. Okay. Ben says he's looking for the owners of the Bills and the Jets. So if you have the Bills or the Jets in this break, Ben wants to chat with you. So if you're not logged in and you can't see chat, if you log into YouTube, you'd be able to see chat and jump in there and talk to Ben. This is Dante Pettis. It is numbered to 99, draft class, hard signed on-card autograph there for the 49ers, who had the nice Nick Mullins that came out a little bit ago as well. Green Bay Packers hit again. Joshua Jackson again. Oh, Greg, so you're saying your 400 points card sold in less than an hour. Well, that's good, man. So, see, there's some value in those. Even though you're booing them, you don't want any. But, hey, when they're extras and don't replace hits, I'm all for it. DJ Reed. San Francisco 49ers continue to have big hits come through here. So I don't remember on the spreadsheet, Ben, who had those teams, or even if it's the same person or not. But I'm assuming, are you trying to make a deal with them to buy the team for the whole break tonight, or are you just trying to track them down about something specific? Because obviously, if they're not live, they're probably not going to sell you the whole break until after the fact, in which case you might not even want it. But if you're trying to track them down for some other purpose, they could always hit me up later if they're watching it on delayed. Luke Falk and the Miami Dolphins, that is numbered to 11. And you've got, of course, that's the ticket stub variation or torn ticket variation or whatever they're calling it these days. And typically what those are numbered to will match a uniform number, although I see that Luke was not wearing 11 there for the Dolphins, but that might have been the number he had when he was with the Titans. I don't know. So maybe that's why they numbered it to 11. He got traded, of course, a while back. All right, moving on to another box. Well, yeah, Greg. I mean, of course, the other thing you can do with those points you're talking about, if you get them in random, you just like to sell them, which for sure you can. But you can also save them up and get things from the Panini Rewards website. I mean, for the most part, you need to have about 600 points before you're going to get much. Although, they do have things for less, I think. And if you save them up, you can get some really good stuff, but for sure, it will cost you a lot of points on the really good stuff. The thing that bothers me about the points cards, aside from, you know, nobody likes them to replace a hit, is that when you redeem them, they charge you a shipping fee. And for some reason, that just really irritates me. Because I just think, you know what? We've already paid shipping costs and everything else to buy the product. And then we get points instead of hits. In this case, they're extra, so it's not quite the same complaint. But when it replaces a hit, then you're like, and then you expect me to also pay shipping. I just think that's so terrible. Chris Warren comes out for the Raiders. And soon they will be the Las Vegas Raiders. But they've got to find somewhere to play for next year first. I don't know where it's going to be. Oakland doesn't want them. They're mad because they're going to Vegas. But they're going to have to share with the 49ers, or they're going to have to go down to San Diego. One of the two, I bet. The Dolphins and Minkah Fitzpatrick. Lando, you said that's why they cost so much. Who are you talking? Who are you saying costs a lot? Are you talking about points cards costing a lot or something else? Oh, you're talking about the, I gotcha. You're talking about points. I had to read back up through chat. I just glanced over too late and I missed some chat. So, Lauren, yes, we did already break the mini helmets. They were done right at the early part of the night tonight. And I agree with you. I think the Kaboom pack is priced too high in rewards. It's Deshaun Watson to 175 hollow foil for the Texans. I like the fact that they have the Kaboom cards as an option in there to redeem, but I do think the points are too high. For the Arizona Cardinals, Chad Canoff, or Canoff, whichever, well, probably, those could actually both be incorrect pronunciations. I don't think I've ever heard his name pronounced. Well, yeah, Greg, you really have to scroll through it and catch sometimes stuff right when they add it. I mean, I've picked up some cards on there before, autograph cards for 600 points and things like that. But it's, you know, you're not going to pick up Saquon Barkley in Panini Rewards for 600 points or Baker Mayfield or something like that. But if you have just a particular team that you collect, as I do, you can go through there and find people. It just may not always be the cream of the crop, so to speak. I mean, I got some Josh Dobbs autographed cards for $600, or $600, 600 points. That wouldn't be worth $600, would it? 600 points for my Steelers, and I got a couple of basketball players that I liked that used to play for UK that aren't, you know, big superstar types, again, for 600 points. And so, I mean, there is stuff in there. It's just maybe not as much if you're looking to resell it. Might be a little harder to find the value than if you're just going to add something to your own collection. Probably a little easier to find. We have here Chase Edmonds to 99. That is hollow foil for the Arizona Cardinals with a little autograph attached to it. Greg, the mini helmets, they were Jason Taylor for the Dolphins and Joe Theismann for the Redskins. Are you? Yeah, I know. You're surprised I remembered them both, aren't you? Ha-ha. Echo, all those base cards ship out to you guys. That's where they go. This is Teray for the Colts. So they are not staying here with me. They'll be sorted and sent out to the teams. Jalen Samuels is coming out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is our hard-signed on-card autograph out of that box. So I know I have talked about this before, but as a refresher, or for those of you who might not have done a break with me before, here's how it works. Most of the time, all the cards are going to ship, but not every time. And if all the cards do not ship, it will say that in the listing description. It will very specifically spell out what does not ship or what has its own bidding category. For instance, what I was talking about with the Bowman draft earlier when we were looking at the breaks coming up in the days ahead. When you click into one of those listings, you know, it very clearly states that Paper Base is its own bidding category, doesn't ship to the teams, etc. So in the absence of something written like that in the description, then you know all the cards are going to ship to you, unless it says that. So that's why I always encourage you to read the descriptions, even if you think that you know how it's going to roll. Still check that out. You'd be surprised at how many people bid without reading the descriptions. It's crazy. Dirty Dog, thank you for typing that in on the mini helmets. I appreciate you, sir. And Brad was helping out too. Thank you both. And Nicholas was helping out too. I like it. You guys keeping me all on the... keeping me current by helping me out there. Thank you. Sometimes I'm behind on reading chat. Dirty Dog, whose autograph looks like cake? And what do you mean it looks like? You mean it looks like the word cake? Or you mean it's like in the shape of a cake? I'm confused. You know I'm easily confused, Dirty Dog. You gotta help me out with that one. Oh, Nicholas, I'm not going to take your Jaylen Samuels autograph. You know I'm not gonna deny you one of your good Steelers autographs, but I do appreciate you checking with me on it. But I have got, you hooked me up with some good stuff last year on your duplicates, and I do appreciate it when you do that. You're a good man, Nicholas. So for those of you who don't know, Nicholas is a Steelers fan, as am I. So sometimes Nicholas buys into a lot of breaks, and sometimes he ends up with duplicates of redemptions of various things. And when he does, he's kind enough to offer them to me, and sometimes we can make a deal. I buy them back from him, and then we're both happy. Because then I end up with some cards I need. He ends up with a little money that helps finance the breaks, and it all works out really well. Because we're both Steelers fans. 49ers are crushing this break tonight so far. DJ Reed adds to your haul if you have San Fran. And I guess we've got our new football league starting play Saturday night, I think. And I have to check it out. I want to see how interesting it's going to be, or not. For the Vikings, that is Jalen Holmes. It does look like it might be kind of fun. So, we'll see. We'll see. For the Cardinals, David Johnson, playoff ticket to 175. Oh, well, Nicholas, if you already have that Jaylen Samuels, then yeah, man, shoot me a price over in email. Shoot me a price over, and yeah, we might be able to work something out on that. I don't think I have a Jaylen Samuels Contenders at the moment. So, yeah, if you've already got it and you want to move it on down the line, for sure, send me over the number and we'll see what's what. Anthony Miller comes out, hard signed, rookie ticket for the Chicago Bears. Select and National Treasures. They are, I do not remember the exact dates, and I just saw an updated calendar for Panini on Friday. But I tell you what, Nicholas, if you hang out until we finish up the break, that calendar is probably just laying right in my desk in the other room, on my desk in the other room, and I can go in there and get it, and I can give you the exact dates. But it's, you know, like next month is, I think, National Treasures. Of course, Flawless is the last one of the season, and Select will come before National Treasures. NT and Flawless should be the last two. That is numbered to 58. Once again, you've got the ticket stub, and it is for the Rams with Corey Littleton. Then we have the Lions, Brandon Powell. And I started to lay Brandon Powell with the round numbers. No, Brandon Powell needs to go with the autographs, doesn't he? We would have found him anyway eventually, but... Oh, here comes our Super Bowl signature. It's going to be for the Cowboys. How about that? We did get a little good mojo for you, Dirty Dog, for picking up those unpaid teams. You've got Mr. Randy White and the Dallas Cowboys. You all know I love getting the Super Bowl signatures. I think those are a lot of fun. And Randy White, of course, if you're a Cowboys fan, kind of legendary. I have got a Randy White autographed mini helmet myself, as a matter of fact. Yeah, Nicholas, all that stuff sells out really quick. I mean, National Treasures, Flawless, Select, all of that stuff sells out super, super quick. Taylor, I don't know what you're talking about. What card wasn't in a sleeve? I mean, anything, of course, that is numbered or autographed goes in a sleeve right now, and immediately after the break we goes into top loaders or one touch or whatever it's going to go in to ship. Obviously we're not going to put base cards in sleeves. And if you're talking about the points card, as I mentioned earlier, points cards go in sleeves simply so I can write on them after we do the random, so I know what team that they go to. Corey Littleton. Corey Littleton is in a sleeve. Right there is Corey Littleton in a sleeve. I'm not sure why you think that Corey Littleton is not in a sleeve, but he is. He got put in one along with everyone else. Well, Taylor, the reason that I wouldn't push down on a card to put it further in the sleeve, because you understand when this has points on the end of it. Do you see those points on the end of that? You don't want to press on those. Do you know why? Because you could damage them. So you don't put it in there and press down on it when you have the ticket stub end coming out, unless you would like to bend the ticket stub end, which I don't particularly want to do. So that's why. Well, Taylor, yes, I'm absolutely sure there are plenty of people that do it with gloves on, and I am sorry that we don't meet your specifications in that regard, but unfortunately this is not a break where I use gloves. There are lots of people who break without gloves, and my cards always grade really well, so I think we're usually in pretty good shape. So this is Trenton Cannon for the Jets next out. But if you would like to tell me who your team is, Taylor, I'm sure we can work something out. So, you know, if you don't want to be in the rest of the break, maybe you just let me know right now, and we'll see if there's someone else that wants your spot. We're only about halfway through. This is DJ Moore for the Panthers. It is numbered to 99 because you seem to be, you know, pretty unhappy with the way things are going. So why don't you just tell us who you've got there, Taylor, and we'll see who might want to jump in and pick up your team, and then we'll all be on the same page. For the Bengals, we have ourselves Sam Hubbard. Yeah, no, Taylor, I understand. That's fine, though. I'm just saying if you'll just let us know who your team is, we'll go ahead. I'll be happy to just stop and refund you right now. So if you want to just let me know who your team is, we'll get you squared away, and then we'll give somebody else an opportunity to jump in and grab them. Since we're only at the halfway point, I'm sure somebody here wouldn't mind picking them up. Miguel, you've got the Rams. Okay, well, that's a nice hit for you then, man. So at least we know you've got the Rams. That round numbers actually has both Ravens on it, so we don't have to put it over there in housekeeping because it's both players for the same team. So that is no worries on it. Kansas City Chiefs are coming up again. James, this is the last of the contenders. I don't have any more. Kansas City Chiefs have Chase Litton. I wish that I did. I tried to buy a whole lot more. I think that's the story of everybody that does breaks everywhere. We all tried to buy a whole lot more, and they just didn't have it. And if they did have extra, they asked an outrageous price. That is numbered to 49, Roquan Smith, Chicago Bears hollow foil. Yeah, I mean, the price shot up this year almost instantly to like $2,800 a case, which is crazy high. That's to 175 hollow foil for the Saints with Alvin Kamara. Oh, all you guys were jumping in there to answer. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I do. Ben, you said you can't believe how low the Jets went. I don't know. I mean, the Jets, for whatever, well, I mean, you kind of know what the reason is, because Darnold was, up and down this year, and so I'm sure somebody just looked at it and thought, hey, that he's gonna maybe not be the guy, but I still think he's going to end up being the guy. Hang on one second, guys. I'm looking something up here real quick, if you'll bear with me, please, for a moment. Just hang tight there for 1 second, please, guys. Let's see here. I know. It's an intermission. It's just a quick little intermission. Okay, so it looks like it is the Giants. So Taylor, if you don't want your New York Giants, then now would be the time to speak up, please, because there's no reason to do this and then after the fact, file a case or do whatever it is because you're unhappy with the way something was done during the break. So I'd rather just resolve it now, especially on an expensive team like that. So if you'll just jump in here and let us know if you don't want it, I will take it myself, or somebody else might want it. So yeah, that's what I was looking at, Brad. He has the Giants in here tonight. Well, James, you're exactly right. Part of the reason this whole rookie class, because of the fact that you have so many quarterbacks and most of them saw the field. Well, actually, I guess all of the round ones saw the field by the end of the season. That's absolutely what pushed the prices the entire year. It was really high. So I would imagine that we will not have that problem in 2019. I don't think we'll have more than, what, 3, maybe 4 go first round. I guess considering what Kyler Murray does. So you've got, I know there are those of you who will disagree with me about whether or not Kyler Murray would go in the first round, but I think if he stays in the draft, I absolutely think he goes in the first round. I've told you before, I think he goes in top 10 if he stays in. But assuming Kyler Murray stays in, you know, you've got him, you've got Haskins, you got the kid from the SEC, Texas A&M, or who did he play for? We played him, and I can't even remember what team he is. He'll go first round, and then the guy from Duke. And that's probably it for first-round quarterbacks in 19, I would think. Because there's not a lot of, really, it looks like a lot of linemen in 2019. I don't even see that many wide receivers or corners or anything. Billy Price for the Bengals that are super exciting anyway. For me, it looks primarily like we're going to have a lot of linemen. So that usually means a little more affordable buy-in for breaks. This is Chris Warren, and Chris Warren is for the Raiders. You can't believe there's been no redemptions yet. Oh, don't say that out loud. You just probably cursed us, man. I hope not, but that's what you all always say to me. Whenever I say that, you guys always say, oh, you cursed us. This is Ryan Nall for the Chicago Bears. But yeah, you're right. We certainly haven't seen any redemptions so far. Maybe we won't get any. Knock wood. Hopefully we won't. We hope. Okay, we have got Christian Kirk, Rookie of the Year contender to 25. Hard-signed autograph for the Arizona Cardinals. Buffalo Bills have a hit with Tremaine Edmonds. Oh, for sure, Miguel. I just noticed that he had said something earlier, way before we hit that, and then he continued to say other things farther down, so that's why I just wanted to give him the option to just cash out now. I have learned over the years that that's usually best if someone is that unhappy during a break, that you're usually best just to offer them the refund right then and there and not have all the trauma later, so that was why. MVP contenders, that is numbered to 25 for the Saints. It is Alvin Kamara. Yeah, because almost always it turns out better just to take care of it during the break in situations like that. Believe me, that is one thing I have definitely learned over the years. You're looking for Sony Michel. He had a nice couple of plays in the Super Bowl. Of course, Super Bowl in general was a little boring, so I'm going to freely admit I didn't sit in front of it and watch it every play intently, but I did see him have a couple of good runs when I was watching, but as a whole, it was boring. I mean, it really just was, especially because I kind of thought it was going to be a shootout. If you had told me prior to the game that our score would be 3-3, way deep into the game, I would have said you were crazy with those two teams in there. But, you know, it is something else. Patriots right up there with my Steelers now with 6 Super Bowl titles. Marcel Aitman, Brad. Yeah, let's try to conjure you up a Marcel Aitman. We haven't seen that in a while. And a Marcel Aitman autograph in general, I mean. I don't remember pulling one recently. Nicholas, you didn't watch the Super Bowl at all? Well, did you see, Nicholas, that a Steelers fan busted his own television? Busted his television after the Patriots won? So, like, you know what? I would be mad, for sure. I mean, you know, being a Steelers fan, it's hard to have love for the Patriots when they interfere with our ability to get to the Super Bowl as often as they do. But I wouldn't break my own television. I mean, that was just crazy. But it sure was. A Steelers fan broke their own television in disgust after watching the Patriots win the game. Oh, that was funny. But anyway, Miguel, you're saying what set is good to look for next year? You know what? There is so much stuff these days, Miguel. It really depends on what your goal is. If you're collecting for yourself or if you're buying for resale. So are you looking for yourself or are you reselling? Because that would help give me some idea of what direction to point in on the early 2019 stuff. Marcus Allen, rookie ticket for the Steelers. But of course, any of the early stuff, honestly, before the season, probably is going to do pretty well if the player has a lot of hype around them. Because they haven't gotten on the field yet, we don't know what's going to happen with them. Once they get on the field, that's where things start going crazy. But that you got a few months before that ever happens. It was Ray McCloud and the Bills. Because they will start with the 2019 cards ahead of the draft. So we'll have the early ones in probably early April or thereabouts. And then, you know, we're not going to see them in any preseason stuff for several months after that. So in that gap time, it's all about the hype. And, you know, it depends on how the draft goes as much as anything. That's to 99. It is a Zach Ertz hollow foil for the Eagles. Then the Vikings are out with a hollow foil numbered to 99. It's Mike Boone. Well, see, exactly. Yeah, you guys, some of you guys are in there giving him some advice as to if he's set building and that sort of stuff. So you guys are jumping in, helping Miguel out too, which I appreciate. Of course, Score is one of the first that we're going to see for 2019. And then they just kind of roll out in giant waves after that, it seems like. The first one where we will see them in their NFL uniforms is typically Elite. Now, there will be releases before that, which certainly still are collectible and have some nice hits in them, but you'll find your rookies in their collegiate uniforms in those sets. So sometimes, you know, that makes a difference. Some people don't want them in the collegiate uniforms. Some do. It just, you know, depends. This is another nice hit. This is Tony Gonzalez to 25. Really nice hit. Legendary for legendary contenders for the Kansas City Chiefs. Echo, what happened now? Leaf Best of Football has done what with your item? Did you say what do you mean they misplaced it? Like, was it there to be picked up and needed a signature or something, and then they have misplaced it inside your own post office? Or you mean it didn't get to your post office and they're trying to track it down? Definitely let me know what's going on with that, Echo, and I'll see if I can learn anything from my side. I mean, typically, the only thing they ever show on the customer-facing website is same thing. You and I would both see the same thing when you put in that tracking number at USPS.com. But sometimes if you take the tracking number to your local office, they can give you more detail. That's what my office says anyway. This is Mike Gesicki. It is numbered to 86 for the Dolphins. Once again, that is one of the ticket stub autographs for the Dolphins. So yeah, we don't want your package to be lost, Echo. So you definitely shoot me a message over on eBay or something if you need my help with that. It sounds like you've kind of got it under control, but let me know if I can assist you with some of that. And James, you're looking for National Treasures in March. You and me both, brother, but you know what else? It is going to be tough. Nobody is allocating the amount that I think I should be getting based on what I've spent for the year, and they're not giving me anywhere near the allocation I expected. So I just did a little asking around to find out, like, what did everybody think the market price was going to be? And what I'm hearing, and this is before it's even released, is that the National Treasures market price, as in if you didn't get it in allocation pre-sale, is 20, what did he tell me? Do I have my phone over here? I'll tell you, hang on a second. Because he just gave me the estimate today, and I like rolled when I saw the prices. Gave me the estimate for that and for Flawless. Flawless wasn't as bad as NT. I'm waiting for the messages to come up. But I'll tell you exactly what he's saying. And this is a month out, right? He says, let's see here. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, okay. So the market price for National Treasures right now, as of today, is $2,600. And I guarantee you that goes up by probably, for a case, I mean, that goes up by probably $300 or $400 by the time we get to the release date. And Flawless market price is $2,750. So, so if that gives you any indication of what we're looking for, yeah, crazy. Prices are going to be insane. Timothy, we have hit a lot of stuff already, man. But I tell you what, anything that you missed, if you hang tight, we do a recap at the end of the break, and you will get a chance to take a look at everything we've hit at that point. We've hit a lot of variety, I guess, but we haven't hit like a big name yet. We haven't hit a Barkley or a Baker or any of those guys yet, anyway. I know you're asking where is that big hit. I hear you. I'm trying to conjure up that big hit myself. Well, James, they do that every year. This is for the Redskins. It is a hollow foil. It's numbered to 49 with Cam Sims. They do that pretty much every year. James typed in, you know, he's heard that they make you buy a bunch of stuff that you don't even want if you want to have the ability to buy National Treasures. Yeah, I mean, it happens like that virtually every year. They mark the price up, and then they'll make you buy this and that and the other thing to get it. Durham Smythe for the Dolphins. And it ends up being very, very expensive to get any beyond whatever they give you in your initial allocation. But of course, that is entirely based on all the stuff you've bought throughout the year. And if you have to buy a lot of stuff that you don't really want to buy, and just deal with it if you expect to have any hope of getting, you know, the good stuff at the end of the year. That's how they hold you hostage, sort of. The Dallas Cowboys, Michael Gallup to 49. That is a playoff ticket hollow foil for Dallas. So, Echo, you said it was a... Right, I remember. The Sam Darnold Red Wave Prism. I do remember that. The post office says it's been out for delivery for the past 2 days, and they don't know where it is. Oh, man. I hope that they find that. They need to find that. So it's got it. So it's in your local postal facility somewhere. Okay, well, that gives us an idea anyway. Mike McGlinchey to 49 for the San Francisco 49ers. How about this? You got the Cowboys. You got a second Randy White Super Bowl autograph out of the same case. What are the odds of that? Not really high, I would say. So there is good mojo headed your way for picking up the unpaid Dallas Cowboys tonight. So yeah, we've got to find, we got to put some pressure on the post office there. Did you talk to your delivery guy specifically, like your, what do they call your carrier? Like, why couldn't I think what they call them? Sometimes if you can catch your specific carrier, that guy can, or gal, can often give you the best information as to what's happening with something. At least that's the case around here. If I go into my local branch, they can never seem to tell me as much as my carrier can about stuff. This is Jimmy Graham. It is 175 hollow foil for the Packers. Well, Nicholas, I did for sure pre-order mine. But again, they never give you what you asked for. I mean, like I tried to pre-order probably 2.5 times what they are actually going to let me buy. So then the rest of it, if you want any more, yeah, you've got to pay those prices I just read off to you. And that's the price as of right now today. I'm quite confident that price will go up between now and the date it actually comes out. And they'll probably end up selling that stuff for $3,000 a case or something. I mean, it's just crazy. Just crazy. Nicholas, you need the James Washington Variation Auto, the James Washington Foil, and the Mason Rudolph Foil. All right, we'll see what we can do about that. Latchman. Hey, Latchman. Where'd you come from? Did you jump in earlier and I missed it? You might have. Chat's been busy tonight, and sometimes it scrolls up before I've looked over. You know, if there's a lot being typed in, it'll scroll up before I even have a chance to see what it says. Well, Ben, I don't really mind buying NT Collegiate. In fact, we broke NT Collegiate this year when it, you know, it came out back at the first of the season, or close to the first of the season. And I don't even think they have any of that left this year. Because I looked to buy some more of it, I don't know, a few months ago. And my distributor, my main distributors, didn't even have any more of it. So, but in past years, absolutely, they've done that. Said that we've had to roll it up together. Well, James, here's the thing. Panini will do that sometimes to those guys, too. So the distributors, they have allocations from Panini as well. So Panini doesn't just sell them as much as they want to buy either. But the thing I don't like about it is that they hold back a certain percentage. So they don't, let's say that Panini tells them they can have, I don't know, who knows how much, but we'll just say 1,000 cases. But they won't sell out to breakers or hobby stores or whatever 1,000 cases. They might sell out 800 at the pre-sale price and then hold 200 back and mark them way, way up. And that's kind of how they do it. So if they would sit there and just allocate out everything that they get, we would all be in a lot better shape. But of course, that's not how that happens. A redemption. Going to set right there, face down, first one of the case. We'll flip it at the end of the break, of course. Check out who it is, and then head over to the Panini website and find out what it's numbered to and all such as that. Jair Alexander for the Green Bay Packers. For the Chargers have Newsome, and that's not one we pull very often, by the way. It's another round numbers. Chargers in general don't have a ton of hits in here that come out with regularity, but that particular one we don't see very often, even amongst the Chargers hits that we do see. But we did have a nice Phillip Rivers to 10 not that long ago. Cortland Sutton and Dante Pettis with a numbered round numbers. It's numbered to 75. And it's going to be done the exact same way that we do our other round numbers, which is when we get to the end of the break, we'll do left-hand side of the card or right-hand side of the card, and that will be the determining factor. Random will figure it out for us, and then we'll sort them and send them accordingly. And there went another one that needs to go over here that I sent over there briefly. Here comes a hit for the Bengals. Sam Hubbard again, rookie ticket. I think we hit him once already. And Maryland City, you ask about Redskins. I think we hit some Redskins. But again, we'll be recapping it here at the end and could tell you at that point specifically what it is that we've hit. So we do a buzz through all of our numbered cards and all of our autographed cards at the end of the break. So you'll get a chance to check it out then. Here comes a Raider, and it is also a ticket stub Raider. It's Marcus Ball, numbered to 83 for Oakland. Well, he didn't go down in there exactly perfectly. So there's at least a little love for your Oakland Raiders. Mason Rudolph cracked ice is selling for over $400. I'm a little bit surprised about that. I wouldn't have thought he would have... Well, I mean, I guess maybe, but I would have thought maybe he would have been more like $250, $300. I'm a little surprised that he's on the high end of that at $400. Oh, Latch, you got to get up at 3:30 a.m. Well, that for sure is not going to be fun. At all, at all. Yeah, Brad, you are correct. Sam Hubbard does have a lot of autographs in Contenders. They probably saved up all of his autographs that he signed in the early part of the year. They saved them all and put them all in Contenders or something. James, that Lamar Jackson cracked ice sold for $1,200. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. I told you guys that Tom Brady out of Optic, that 1-of-1 downtown insert that we pulled a couple weeks ago. They told the guy sold it on eBay, sent me the message. He sold it Super Bowl night. He got $1,200, a little over $1,200 for it too. So we've definitely pulled some nice things this year for really everything. We had some really nice baseball came out in 2018. We had some nice football come out. And our streak remains intact right here. Hang on for a second, kids. You know, this is just about every case. Out of our 6 cases, what do we have? Maybe one, maybe 2 where we didn't hit it. But it wasn't very many. Was not very many at all. We hit it most of the time and didn't disappoint as we hit it here again tonight. There is your man, Baker Mayfield, paying off for the Cleveland Browns. You were getting nervous too, right? If you have Cleveland. Yeah, you're like, oh no, look, we're way down in the bottom of the case. We haven't seen it yet. Ah, there it is. For the Texans, it is Jordan Thomas. Yeah, it is nerve-wracking when you get way down into a case and you haven't hit on a team like the Browns. Browns went fairly high tonight. I guess kind of in line with where they've been most of the other breaks, but still on the high side. So at least you covered your nut there and maybe made a little bit too. So Allen Robinson to 175 hollow foil Bears. Well, you know, I used to take pictures of the really big hits with the intent of setting it up on Instagram or, you know, tweeting it out or whatever. And I just find that I have such a limited amount of time that I never got around to getting it done. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, we should do some stuff like that, but somehow we just don't quite get it done. This is Armani Watts, and Armani here is numbered to 25 rookie ticket, and once again that is your stub variation, and that's another nice hit for the Kansas City Chiefs coming out. Chiefs and 49ers have each had quite a few hits tonight. And of course the Browns are happy because, yeah, they hit Baker. The Tennessee Titans have Landry, Harold Landry. And the Patriots, it's not your Sony Michel, though. It's Riley McCarron. Now, there's another guy you don't really see pulled. There's Riley McCarron is out for the New England Patriots. I saw him go by. All right, we've got 2 boxes left. Dirty Dog, I don't think whoever has the Browns must not be on here. I think we probably would have heard them chime in on that hit, I would imagine. Let me see if I know who it is. Let me hang on a second. I'll take a look at the spreadsheet and see if I recognize who it is or not. Not by the, I don't recognize who it is offhand, not by the username. Some usernames I remember enough to associate with the username on YouTube. And other times, you know, they're vastly different and I don't always remember how they hook up, but Landon, what are you talking about with platinum? Are you talking about in the Gold Rush mini helmets? Ben, you said you hit 2 Josh Allens in one case. Oh, well, that would be nice. Yeah, 2 Josh Allens in one case would be very nice. Well, Nicholas, the acetate autographs, you guys are calling them the clear autographs, but yeah, the acetates are hard to find. They're numbered, what, to 99, and there have been plenty of cases where we don't hit one at all, and then there have been other cases where we hit 1. There was maybe one case where we hit 2 or 3, but there's several cases where we don't hit the acetates at all. They are a tough pull. So for sure, they are commanding a lot of money. Even though they're numbered to 99, they're they're tough pulls. You're saying the Baker acetate sells for $4,000? Oh, you had the Browns in another break. I got you. With another breaker entirely. I see where you're going with that. I thought you meant, never mind. I thought you were asking me a question about one of our breaks. I lost the thread there for a minute. Here comes Josh Rosen for the Arizona Cardinals. And that is numbered to 49 on the rookie roundup. And that is a hard signed autograph as well for Arizona. Oh, you had the Browns in the case before the acetate was pulled, but not in the case where it was. Oh, those are the worst. Those are the worst. When you're setting, you keep watching and then you see what the next person pulled. Yeah, I've had that happen before. Like, I pulled nothing and then they'll watch the case before or the case after mine and everything I wanted is in it. Yeah, we've all been there. So Austin Proehl for the Titans, Tennessee Titans. The Eagles with Josh Sweat. The Eagles have been kind of quiet tonight after having a couple of cases of contenders in a row that were just loaded with Eagles right as I say that. And they're just going to make up for it all right here in this last box. This is the big rugby player. That guy's huge for the Eagles. From New Zealand or Australia or some such. Numbered to 10. Okay, the acetates are to 10. Why was I thinking they were to 99? Well, it shows you how few we've pulled. I can't even remember what they're numbered to. There is the Redskins. That is Cam Sims. So, yeah, that absolutely just shows you how few we pulled that I don't even remember that they're numbered to 10. For some reason, I thought they were to 99. I've got it all mixed up. Do see a little cracked ice coming our way. It's for the Browns as well. It is, of course, numbered to 24. It's Jarvis Landry. Bless them. Cracked ice to 24. Browns. All right, we're getting ready to go into our last box. You know what that means. It is last box mojo time, kids. This is where we got to hope to find the big fiery fire in here. Because this is, of course, the last box of the last case of 2018 contenders is getting ready to come out right now. Wow, Ben, there were 2 acetates in the same pack, no less. And one was Josh Allen and one was Baker Mayfield. Wow. That's nice. Well, we had a limited break, I don't know, 1 or 2 cases back where one of the boxes of limited that we opened, all 3 of the hits were one of ones. And one of them was even a John Elway. Like, they were good one of ones. Of course, any one of one is good, but you know what I mean. So, sometimes they definitely have them loaded up when you open them. Philip Lindsay and the Broncos. All right, Ben, let's try to conjure it up for you. Nicholas says he needs some last box mojo for his Pittsburgh Steelers. Dirty Dog is working the mojo for a 1 of 1. Right? Yeah, right. Brad's like summarizing it. Brad's like, so we need a Bronco and a Saquon Barkley and a James Washington. I know, we do have a long list, don't we? We do have a long list. And an acetate, right. We got to try and work on that too. So let's see what we can do here in our last box out of the last case of 2018 contenders. Lando says, just started breaking, but you're always the bridesmaid. No, that'll flip around. Don't worry. I mean, we all have had those dry spells, okay? I mean, it just happens. And here's the way it works, at least for me anyway. I'll have a bunch of, it seems like sometimes weeks in a row where I just either don't hit anything or I don't hit anything I want. Most often just don't hit anything. And always about the time, you know, I'm starting to grumble about how I'm not hitting anything, then all of a sudden I'll hit something that I really want or something that's really good. And then I forget all about those, you know, 2 or 3 weeks where I didn't hit anything. So it's a short-term memory thing, right? You have to just put those bad breaks out of your head and hold out for the good one. And then before you know it, you'll forget all about those bad weeks. For the Bengals, it's Malik Jefferson. Echo Panini 1 looks really nice. I don't know if any of you have paid a lot of attention to the marketing materials or if any of you check out Panini's blog. They have a blog called The Knights Lance, you know, like Knights of the Round Table, Lance. And they always show pictures and things that they take at Pack Out. And some of the hits in Panini 1 are really incredible. And if I remember correctly, I think they said something like 80% of them were going to be autographed patch cards. I mean, everything's going to be autographed, but I think a full 80% or so are supposed to be patch. So, I mean, and the pictures that I have seen have really been nice. So, of course, you never know what you're going to get in any given case, but looks like a pretty awesome product. Jair Alexander and the Packers is the one we just hit a second ago. Here's Proel again for the Titans. That's the second one we've seen of him quite recently. As a matter of fact, he's coming out all over the place here at the end. I do see a cracked ice gleaming there. That is both Ravens, so we don't have to put that in housekeeping. Both for the same team. And our cracked ice is a Cardinal. Larry Fitzgerald, numbered to 24 for the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, I know what you mean, Lando. It falls along the same lines as like playing the stock market and depending on, you know, how heavily you invest in rookies and things like that. But for sure, and especially in baseball, you know, you can do that. For the Ravens, Jordan Lasley. That might be our last one that's live in here. It is. Ben, if you, if you go to the Panini website, which is, I think, paniniamerica.net, I think on there's a link to their blog. Otherwise, you could probably just Google like Panini Knights, like KNIGHT''S, that kind of Knights Lance. And it should also bring it up. And the pictures from the pack out of Panini 1 should be, I think, one of today's posts. Now, they had some older pictures that showed some stuff before, but the newer pictures are that just went up today. There may be some older ones too, though. Okay. So let's flip our redemptions first. Then you know the drill. We're going to go to the Panini website. We'll verify our teams. We'll find out what those are numbered to. After that, we will go use random.org to give away all of our cards that are here in the round numbers stack because there are 2 different teams on those. So we'll use random to determine that. We may as well talk about it, then we can roll right from one end to the other. So here's how it will work. I will type in left side and right side. I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 randoms won't count. Only the third one will, excuse me, determine where it goes. So if it ended up on the left side, of course it would go to all the teams on the left side of that stack of cards. In this particular one in my hand, that would mean Broncos. If it came up right side, it would go the 49ers on this card, Packers on that one, etc. So that's how that will work. After we do that, we'll go pull all the team names off the checklist, drop them into random.org. We'll hit random only 1 time on that because we have 10 or more items in that list. The team that comes out in the number 1 position will get 400 points cards. The team that comes out in the number 2 position will get 250 rewards points cards. So those are the things that we're doing in the order that we are doing them in. So first up, it is Bradley Chubb. As if you weren't already having a good break there, let's add to it here with Bradley Chubb, rookie playoff ticket RPS. Or maybe did the Broncos? Yeah. No, the Broncos have had other hits, haven't they? I think they have. And the last one is Kerryon Johnson, rookie ticket variation RPS for the Lions. All right, so these are both, well, one's a playoff ticket. So we have a rookie ticket variation RPS and a rookie playoff ticket RPS. That's what we're going to be looking for here at the Panini website. We'll find out, of course, what these are going to be numbered to as well. Panini website's very handy for all this kind of stuff. They keep their checklist on there, as you can see, all the way back to 2009. All right, so we will first look up the one that says Rookie Playoff Ticket RPS, if I can keep my mouse in the right place, that is. Well, there it is, Playoff Ticket RPS, not variation, no. And it is card number 104, Bradley Chubb. Broncos going to be numbered to 15. So very nice low number there for the Broncos. And I got to find, where's my marker? Yeah, you're not going to be unhappy with going to 15 on that one for sure. Next up is rookie ticket variation RPS. We're getting there. We're getting there. This one is card number 117. Kerryon Johnson is indeed a Lion as we expected. It is unnumbered though. That's why that spot is blank. Obviously, if it had been numbered, what it was numbered to would be right there in that spot. Okay, so that takes care of that. We are going to head right now over to random, and this is where we're going to deal with all those round numbers cards that I showed you a moment ago. And once again, first 2 do not count, okay? So ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Here comes your third and final. There's your 3 times, your date and time stamp. It comes up as the left side of the card. So there's only one that's numbered. That is, of course, in this case, it's going to go to the Broncos. It is in a sleeve already. I'm going to demonstrate that to you in a moment, although I would expect all of you would know I wouldn't write on a card. Just all things considered, there you go. You can see it's on a sleeve. That means each one in this stack will go to the team on the left. So we'll do a quick little flip through them here so that you can see which ones will be headed your way based on, once again, the teams on the left side of the card and each of the round numbers. And then, of course, once we flip through this little stack here, we're going to next deal with our points cards using random. All right, so those are out of the way. Now we're headed to 400 points and 250 points. And the key, once again, to remember with this is the team in the number 1 position after we hit randomize is going to get the bigger one, 400 points. And then the team in the 2nd position after we randomize will get the 250 points. Of course, here we're just copying all of the team names from the spreadsheet. We're going to buzz right back over here to random and drop them in. I'll scroll through it so that you can see all 32 of our teams were in fact correctly copied and pasted in there. Good luck everyone on this one. And it's not going to, I thought I clicked that. I guess I didn't, so we'll click it again. So the Giants get 400 points. The Jets get 250. How about that? Both the New York teams. So the Giants with the 400 points and the Jets with 250. All right, so from there, we're going to be recapping, which I guess I need to change your view, don't I? I just realized you're not looking at what I'm looking at. You're still looking at random.org, aren't you? Now you're looking. Now you're back looking at what I'm looking at, for sure. Okay, so 250 points went to the Jets using random.org. 400 points went to the Giants using random.org. We already went through the distribution of the round numbers cards that we did using random.org. We have a cracked ice Larry Fitzgerald to 24, Arizona Cardinals. For the Browns to 24, Jarvis Landry. Doug Baldwin to 24 for the Seahawks. That's to 175 for the Bears, 175 for the Packers, 99 for the Eagles. This one is to 75 for the Saints. We have the Saints to 175, the Cardinals to 175, Texans to 175, and Buccaneers to 175. So those are our numbered cards that did not have an autograph attached. The Redemptions, Kerryon Johnson and the Lions. It's an open edition, unnumbered. And then we have the Bradley Chubb for the Broncos. That one is going to be numbered to 15 when you get it. So nice low number hit there for the Broncos. To recap, we have the Texans with Jordan Thomas, Marcus Baugh, and the Raiders. And that again is one of our ticket stub variations. For the Bengals, Sam Hubbard. There's Newsome for the Chargers. Jair Alexander for the Packers. One of a pair of Super Bowl Randy White signatures for the Cowboys. Mike McGlinchey to 49, hollow foil for the 49ers. Hollow foil Michael Gallup to 49 for the Cowboys. Durham Smythe, Dolphins. Hollow foil to 49 for the Redskins with Sims. There's Mike Gesicki to 86. Once again, ticket stub variation for the Dolphins. This is a really nice hit for the Chiefs. That is Tony Gonzalez to 25. There's a hollow foil to 99 for the Vikings. Ray McLeod and the Bills. Marcus Allen for the Steelers. Tremaine Edmonds for the Buffalo Bills. Numbered to 25, Christian Kirk, Rookie of the Year contenders, Cardinals. Ryan Nall for the Bears, the Raiders with Chris Warren, Billy Price and the Bengals, Roquan Smith and the Bears to 49 on a hollow foil, Chase Litton, Kansas City Chiefs, Sam Hubbard for the Bengals. There's a hollow foil, DJ Moore to 99 for the Panthers, and Trenton Cannon for the Jets. For the Rams, there's Corey Littleton. That's numbered to 58. Once again, it is our playoff ticket variation, or our ticket stub variation, rather. Brandon Powell for the Lions. There's your second Randy White Super Bowl signature for the Dallas Cowboys. Anthony Miller and the Bears. Jalen Holmes and the Vikings. DJ Reed and the 49ers. Jalen Samuels for the Steelers. There's Teray for the Colts. Hollow foil to 99 for the Cardinals. Another hit for the Cardinals. Canoff. Minka Fitzpatrick and the Dolphins. Chris Warren and the Raiders. Luke Falk. That is numbered to 11. Ticket stub variation for the Dolphins. DJ Reed, 49ers. Joshua Jackson for the Packers. A nice Dante Pettis to 99. Hard signed autograph draft class insert. To 49, it's a hollow foil for the Patriots. There's Tanner Lee on a hollow foil to 49 for the Jags. Durham Smythe out again for the Dolphins. 49ers with a nice little Nick Mullins. It's a nice hit. Hollow foil to 99 for the Bengals, for the Packers with Josh Jackson. Naheem Hines, hard signed autograph for the Colts. Jordan Lasley for the Ravens. Proel for the Titans. Jair Alexander, I think that's the second one for the Packers. The Bengals and Malik Jefferson. Cam Sims and the Redskins. Mulata, Eagles. Josh Sweat, Eagles. Austin Proel again for the Titans. There's that nice Josh Rosen to 49 for the Cardinals. And there's McCarron for the Patriots. Harold Landry for the Titans. Excuse me. Armani Watts to 25. Ticket stub variation. Kansas City Chiefs. And the big man, one Baker Mayfield out for the Browns, the Cleveland Browns. So that is our break for tonight. Hey, I appreciate everybody being here, spending part of your evening with me. Hopefully I will see you again somewhere along the way. I will put up spreadsheet information one final time here for anybody who might have missed the anticipated shipping dates or any of that information. Here it is one more time. So Contenders should be on the way to you, I believe, by Saturday. Faster if I can get it out faster. And, of course, our free shipping breaks, always projected out about a week after the fact, means it should be on the way to you no later than Wednesday, a week from today, but probably will get out to you sooner. Every team hit cards and Contenders, so you don't have to worry about consolation cards there. And the free shipping breaks, again, I typically hold on to that and send it with your next package since it is a free shipping break. But if you want it sooner, hit me up and let me know. I will gladly do that for you. So tomorrow night, we're opening a case of limited football and a case of Optic basketball. On Friday night, we'll do a master case of Panini One football, a full 20-box master case, and a case of Crown Royal basketball. On Saturday, it's a full case of Bowman Draft Baseball Super Jumbo, and paper base cards do not ship to the teams in that break. It has its own bidding category. The teams will still get all autograph cards, numbered cards, inserts, parallels, and chrome cards. Sunday will be another 20-box master case of Panini One football. We're going to do some Crown Royal football from 2011. And then on Monday, we'll do more limited football. And I found a case of 2011 Prime Signatures. Can you believe? Like, actually thought we were out of that since, like, back in, October or November. But I found one lonely little case tucked away this week. So we're going to break it, right? We're going to do half of it on Monday night. We'll do the other half sometime later in the week, next week. So that, kids, is it for tonight. So once again, thanks for participating. I appreciate having you here. Hopefully we'll see you somewhere along the way. And, well, Lando, for sure, I hope we do see you again. And I'm glad we found you a hit tonight anyway. And Nicholas, you have a good night too. And Miguel, you got a nice hit in there. So congrats to you. And, of course, Dirty Dog, always appreciate each and every one of you. So thanks, everyone. Have a great night. We'll catch you the next time. Bye now.